Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review. Let's talk about the 2018 film, Assassination Nation. Saw this on one of those lists of movies you've never seen, you should probably check out. It was in my Amazon wish list forever. And then I was at my used movie store, video store here in Soldotna, Alaska, and they had a copy of it, still sealed with a digital copy in it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll jump on that. And it sat on my shelf for a little while, and I watched it last night. Got to be honest, I don't do very many bad reviews on this channel. I can't recommend this to just about anyone. I can't think of anyone who would enjoy this film. Maybe a teenager, but they're too young to see this? Assassination Nation came out in 2018, January at Sundance, September in theaters. It was a big box office bomb, made like $2 million on a $7 million budget. It was directed by Sam Levinson. He's the son of Barry Levinson, one of our greatest directors who's directed some really amazing films. His movies haven't done so well, and the only thing that claim to fame he really has is he adapted the Israeli show Euphoria for HBO. That's the only hit he's had. If you look at his movies, they've all kind of stiffed. And this one, David S. Goyer was one of the producers on this. He's worked on superhero movies and stuff. You've got an incredible cast: Odessa Young, Suki Waterhouse, Nari Neff, Abra, Coleman Domingo, Maud Apatow, Bill Skarsgård, Joel McHale, Bella Thorne. I mean, Braun Studios produced this thing. Neon distributed it. I mean, you got a lot of names in here, but it turns out they had the idea for this movie. It was also written by Sam Levinson, and they formed their own production company to do this and make more movies like this. Well, after this stiffed so bad, they haven't made any more. What didn't I like about it? The idea of the movie, and it's a great idea. You get a little bit of The Purge, and you get a little bit of modern stuff in there. Basically, everybody in a small town gets hacked. It starts with a person here and a person there, but everybody, their laundry gets hacked. The mayor is the first one, and he dresses up like a woman sometimes, and the pictures and he basically, terrible things happen for his life. Well, then a school teacher, and then a person, then another person, and eventually the whole town. Now, the first third of the film, the first act, was really hard to get through. I got to be honest, and when I looked up reviews after seeing, because I went into this pretty blind, most reviews say the same thing. The characters are unlikable. All of them. Like, there's not a good redeeming character in this entire film. But in the first 30 minutes, I got to give them props for, like, this is not a bad movie, a badly made movie. It's very well done. The editing, the cinematography, the acting, everything is just like a misfire. In the beginning, the first 30 minutes, rapid fire, multiple screen things. Like, there's a split screen, 3 screens. People are having sex. People are doing drugs. People are doing crazy things. It's jumping back and forth in time, telling you what's going to come up later in the movie. And it's all frenetic and exciting. And just, if the movie stayed like that for the entire running time, it would wear you out, but it would be worthy, right? So you get through the first 30 minutes of introducing all these arguably horrible characters, like these 4 teenage girls that are supposed to be our heroes, our stars. They're typical teenagers, but they're pretty terrible people. They treat other people badly. They treat each other not so well. I mean, they have each other's back, so to speak. But anyway, I'm trying to find redeeming qualities in any of these characters, and I really don't like any of them. And then they introduce some of the adults, and I really don't like most of them either. And some of the adults that came across as nice, later you find out they're dirtbags too. Like, everybody in town's a dirtbag. Maybe we should just nuke the whole town and be done with it. In the middle of the movie, if you can get past, I literally almost turned the movie off several times in the first 30 minutes. It was just really hard to watch because it was just irritating. There's 4 different conversations going on at once. The music's really loud, and I'm not, come on. I watch a lot of crazy over-the-top movies. This should have been my cup of tea from beginning to end. But I found the first 30 minutes just really hard to get through. In the middle, I thought they brought up some really good ideas, but then by the end, they don't do anything with them. And the movie never gets into a full-blown, balls-to-the-wall action movie like they tease from the beginning. It's one event here, one event here, some fallout in between, another event here. It's not like chaos. You think the entire movie's going to descend into chaos, and it doesn't really until the last couple of minutes. Even in the end, when our heroes get armed and start fighting back, they're making a point with this movie. They're making a lot of points with this movie, but they're hitting you over the head with it, and they just really don't bring it home. Everything they could have done to make this better, they didn't do. Again, really good actors playing the roles. I think the directing is actually good. I just think the whole idea is flawed. You've got nobody to root for in this movie. And in the end, the people that do wind up, quote unquote, kind of winning, well, you didn't really want them to win anyway because, well, I guess we're supposed to feel bad because society forced them to send pornographic pictures to boyfriends and things. But come on. The whole thing, I think it was probably calculated to be something in 2018 that younger people would gravitate to, like Euphoria, that it would be, you know, over the top and controversial. And there's a trans character in here, and I think the actress is fantastic. I think that the role is really well played, but they really just don't do a whole lot with it. I guess it does have, that's probably one of the only storylines that has a positive ending, and even that's kind of thrown out the window. I thought it was well filmed. I did not watch the deleted scenes or the extended scenes. That's really the only extras on here, and I really didn't care to watch any more of the film once it was over. I do think it was well directed, and I think they had an idea, but in the writing of it and the coming together and making an entertaining flick, they didn't. Now, I've seen some critics, it got like 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, which blows my mind, and some critics calling it action-packed and chaotic, and I'm like, yeah, the first 30 minutes and about the last 5 minutes, and that's about it. The stuff in the middle, I wish I felt for some of these characters, and the characters I did feel, well, they screwed the pooch on that too. I want to recommend every movie I watch to at least somebody that would enjoy this. The filmmaking, the cinematography, the music. This was just an irritating mess. It's on Blu-ray.com. It's about 2.5 out of 5 stars. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. It got a second star just because it was kind of watchable, because it was well put together, and people like Joel McHale and other people are really doing a good job in the film, even though they're playing dirtbags and awful people. I do like, Quentin Tarantino movies. Everybody's a bad guy, but there's some kind of redeeming quality to the film, and it's trying to say something. They're trying to say something, but you get it from the opening. And the more they just kind of pound in this idea that, well, everybody has privacy and maybe we shouldn't, because it gives everybody the right to be a dirtbag, and everybody is a dirtbag. And is it horrible that everybody's stuff got hacked and their things were made public? Sure, but are we all living those horrible lives? We're so afraid of our stuff to get leaked. I really don't care. Sure, I occasionally look at porn or something, but I don't have anything horrible in my background. You can leak my stuff all day long. Anyway, long story short, I did how it kind of wraps up. There's some great ideas through all this movie, but I honestly will probably not even keep this in the collection. I can't see sitting through it again. It was just more irritating than anything else. So if it sounds like your cup of tea, enjoy Assassination Nation, but I can't give it a recommendation. I would recommend something else. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.